Today I am showing you how I gave myself a little bit of a birthday present by making over our master bedroom, all thanks to our sponsors over at HelloFresh. Our master bedroom has never really been a thought in my mind because I wanted to redo the rest of our house, but as we got closer to my 29th year of life, I started realizing I really needed to treat myself and just create that space where I feel nice and relaxed, because I started to remember when I first moved in and it looked like this, and the first two things that I did were replace the light fixture off camera before my YouTube channel and paint the room black. I believe I replaced the carpet last year. It was while I had my YouTube channel, so I'll link that tutorial for you. Outside of all of that, those are my first three go-tos. The next was to remove the blinds that did not work. They were broken, and replace them with some drapes and tiebacks, which I have linked down below for you. This past Sunday, I actually showed you guys how I moved the photo ledges and updated them as well to be a more secure build, and surprised Paul with his dream accent wall.
Oh my god, that looks amazing.
I did decide to keep the one underneath our TV because I wanted to put all our PT equipment like foam rollers, balls, the hypervolt, all these things to ensure that our body is performing at tip-top shape. Because for those of you that don't know, Paul is a professional skateboarder. He has inspired me to legit work out full time, and if it's out of sight, it's out of mind for us, and I want to make sure this is up front and center. I give you this tip to install these outlets whenever possible. I've linked the video where I showed you how to install these in particular for my gifts for him, but I just cut down those photo LED shelves to the charger size, installed a little shelf so the charging station was lifted up off of the floor versus on the floor, and I couldn't vacuum without moving the 1,000 things that Paul wanted to charge apparently. Let's talk about nightstand, shall we? This lamp I spent $100 on when I didn't have the money. It also takes up all the space on the nightstand that I want to use. Let's get rid of these chunky things, put up sconces, free up that nightstand, but also make it functional. So I got the ones with the adjustable arms, and I linked them down below, as well with the decorative bowl, because that adds a little bit of texture since you don't want these to be too boring if the space is going to be minimal, which in my case it is on this wall. Weird segue, potentially, but is it the truth? Yes, because I had to actually shop for this bedroom a lot more than I had to build. That being said, I was at the house a ton, which I typically am for makeovers regardless, but in this case, grocery shopping and trying to put together recipes was the last thing on my mind, truth be told. HelloFresh makes conquering the kitchen a reality, especially with a boyfriend that doesn't cook that much from scratch. I was very interested to see how he would do because we had a play date, and I challenged him to cook the girls' meals while I cooked ours. With the fresh, pre-measured ingredients and easy to follow 6-step pictured recipe cards that are delivered to your front door each week with a special insulated box, there is truly no excuse, no matter how busy or your partner is, to make a homemade meal every night for your family. I did get a little bit nervous because my family, although repetitive with restaurants we go to, with food we eat in the house, they tend to complain a lot more if it is repetitive. But don't even worry, there's 3 different plans to choose from: classic, veggie, and family. You have the options to switch between for when your tastes do change. Not only that, you get to choose the recipes each week if you log on and browse through and click your faves.
What does it mean to trim a quarter zucchini?
A quarter of a zucchini. I almost died when Paul read the recipe for the spaghetti and thought it was difficult, but then he started to feel like a real master in the kitchen after realizing how absolutely simple HelloFresh makes this. If I haven't made you want to check out this service enough, let me give you another reason. You can get started with 8 free meals. That's $80 off your first month of HelloFresh by going to HelloFresh.com and entering promo code METZ80 in checkout. Without my discount, I'm going to keep it real with you. HelloFresh is now from $6.99 per serving, so you get the most meal for your moolah. Callie was over here judging me not working, since that is all I typically do. So let's just move on to the rest of the master bedroom. I wanted to get 2 chairs and a coffee table for our fireplace area. Honestly, the ones that I wanted would have equaled out to be roughly $1,200. I found this youth couch that was discounted from $300 to $250 because the legs needed to be switched out. And that's where I love power tools, because I did not feel intimidated to avoid purchasing it because I thought I couldn't fix it. I knew I could by opening it up, switching out the screws, and swapping the legs. Let's keep in mind the number that I was going to spend, $1,200 on 2 chairs and a coffee table. When I flipped this youth couch up, set it in place, all it needed was a smaller coffee table, which was $40. So let's just round that up to $300. We are spending a quarter of that price, and now all we gotta do is decorate it. This blanket I'm bringing over from my office, these pillows as well, in combination with some that the mini human is not using in her playroom. So I didn't spend any money on the decor so far put onto the couch. Coffee table decor is no different than decorating any type of area in your home. It is all personal preference. I decided to add 2 coffee table books that were on the larger scale of things, some black glass accent just to tie in the shininess from the chandelier and the nightstands into the middle of the room, and then a jar that is full of sage that I consistently use to refresh the vibe. But again, not my way or the highway, people. Just add your personality where you see fit. In the before shots, because our room has those black walls and gray carpet, the white on the bedding was just way too loud. I kind of dulled that down, or tried to, with some black and white striped bedding, and then instead of a white comforter, I wanted to do something a little bit on the moody side and opted for a green one. I refuse to change my nightstand decor. Ever since I got my 100,000 subscriber play button, I keep that right there alongside a post-it note that says, "Hey sexy lady" from Paul, and my gold microphone that just encourages me to work harder every single day, and I actually use for voiceovers. On Paul's nightstand, you can break him down in a nutshell. I decorated it with something he can time himself with because he likes to meditate and pray, and just a lot of his time to getting mentally straight. I put incense that just smell good to get him in the zone. And then all the remotes that apparently couldn't fit and were scattered all the time and he lost all the time, I placed right in the corner so that doesn't happen again. He doesn't blame me. Our bed, however, I cannot link for you. I actually designed and had this custom made about 4 years ago. That's why there's a little couch at the end. I bought pillows that had some texture and similar colors throughout the room, again, to pull your attention towards the middle and make it feel cohesive. I added a coffee tray because the mini human will randomly come in and want to like cozy up and eat, watch a movie, and just snuggle, but I don't want her to make a mess. So this gives us the opportunity to remove the decor and put it on the floor, and her to have an area to make a mess if need be. And it's so much easier to clean up a mess on a tray versus an upholstered bed. That tray I bought from Home Goods. I purchased a smaller one and put that into this weird cabinet nook that we had, and just decorated it with a couple of plants and a simple sign from Target that said, "Let's stay in" or "Let's stay out," so I can send subtle hits all the time to Paul. For our mantle, once again, I didn't spend a dime. This is from my horrendous bathroom makeover that I did a while back. I just pulled the candles and the plants that weren't working for the space out onto our mantle and gave it a new meaning, new breath, and new life. Oh my gosh, speaking of new life, you're allowed, well, I'm saying this for me, but you're allowed to move decor from any room to any other room where it's working, and then you can go back and reinvest in that room later. I moved every single picture from our entryway into our bedroom to create a gallery wall where our TV is, and it looks beautiful. You'll see in the afters, but now I need to redo our entryway. Total random side note, but I wanted to share. If you don't want to install an actual USB outlet, you can buy these things that you can plug into your outlet that create a USB and multi-plug. I've linked them down below. Now let's get to the befores and the afters, my friends. I know that the floor looks like it's not being utilized to the fullest. We actually leave that open because, like I mentioned before, Paul and I roll out every single night side by side, and it's like the perfect little square spot right there by the bags. I can sit here and tell you all the things that I love about this room, obviously, but I just wanted to show you guys Paul's reaction when he first walked into it.
Come in.
This is just a 5-star hotel suite.
Thank you once again to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to click the link in the description and use promo code METZ80 to get started with 8 free meals, which is $80 off your first month of HelloFresh. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you. Today, Tuesday, May 28th, is my birthday, so I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my day, but I will catch you next Wednesday, for another DIY.